Hey, everybody, this is Scoots. I've been listing all the reasons you shouldn't support the show. You're new. You only listen once in a while when you need the podcast. You're not in a place where you can support the show, or you're in a place where you don't want to support the show. So I'm going to run through the yeses for you. If you're not one in that group, it does take a lot of yeses to support the show. But if you're already listening and hearing me right now, and then you're like, yeah, it's a yes, I'm listening and hearing you, and I already know it's a yes. Yes, right now, go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus and support the show, like right in this moment. So that would be the biggest yes. Yes, I want to be a part of this thing. Yes, I'm hearing you. Yes, I'm listening. Yes, I've heard the messages, because it does take, recently I've been hearing from people that took 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years of hearing me and listening to me. So if this is your yes, and you're hearing me and listening to me right now in this moment, go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus and support the show. And if it's not your yes, that's okay too. I'll be back with more. Thanks, everybody.
Every idea starts with a problem. Warby Parker's was simple. Glasses are too expensive. So they set out to change that. By designing glasses in-house and selling directly to customers, they're able to offer prescription eyewear that's expertly crafted and unexpectedly affordable. Warby Parker glasses are made from premium materials like impact-resistant polycarbonate and custom acetate, and they start at just $95, including prescription lenses. Get glasses made from the good stuff. Stop by a Warby Parker store near you.
This show is supported by Odoo. When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Friends beyond the binary, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's time for the podcaster who is here to keep you company, take your mind off of stuff. I'm here because you deserve a good night's sleep. I'm here to just be your friend in the deep, dark night, to talk to you, but you don't need to listen to me, which is a bit different of a proposition. So maybe just see how it goes. I'm going to explain a couple things, but I'm so glad you're here because I've been there, I've been there multiple times. Tossing, turning, mind racing, trouble getting to sleep, trouble staying asleep. And that's why I want to help. I also want to help. And there's a lot of other people listening right now that are nodding because you deserve a good night's sleep. Hopefully they're nodding off. I didn't even realize that pun. I was more meant they're nodding their head like, yeah, you deserve a good night's sleep. We've been there too. We know what it's like where things feel, you know, that you're not looking forward to bedtime, that you dreaded. And we want your life to be more manageable. If you're getting the sleep you need and you deserve, your life's going to be better. So I hope this show can provide it. Just give it a few tries, see how it goes. Most people do not like the show in the first, great news that I'll tell you in the first 2 minutes. No, most people don't like the show when they listen to it the first time. So if that's your reaction right now, it's pretty normal. Give it a few tries to see how it goes. That's what a lot of people have said on reviews and emails, and a lot of people that support the show that pay for the podcast say, at first I did not like you at all. And they don't say it like, usually they say it laughing, but their language is stronger too. Because it's another thing we share, right? We're skeptical, we're doubtful, we're irritable, because if you're not getting the sleep you need, of course you're going to be like that. But also just see how the show goes. It might not fit you. If for some reason you're already reacting to me in a strong way, you're like, no, I can't listen to another second. Sleepwithmepodcast.com/no thank you has a bunch of different other stuff you could listen to. Sleep podcasts and sleepy stuff. So try that. Because you still do deserve a good night's sleep. But so what we got coming up here, we'll have some support for the show. That's how it comes out twice a week for free with a team of people it takes to put the show out. Then there'll be a long, meandering intro. That's a show within a show, kind of meant to ease you into bedtime and to take your mind off of stuff. And then we'll talk about the Great British Bake Off. So that's what we got coming up. That's the structure of the show. That's why I make the show. I'm so glad you're here. And here's a couple of ways we're able to do it for free twice a week. All right, everybody, Scoose here. We're talking episode 6, Desserts Week. I don't know if they ever said get your just desserts. And I only just realized now that there used to be a dessert place called Just Desserts. I don't know if I ever went to one, but as far as I know, the thing was they just served desserts, right? Just desserts. I don't know if it was a cafe or a takeout place, but I didn't realize there was that extra pun of whatever you're getting, you're just desserts, or maybe that's not a pun, which is interesting because I just realized, I think I've said pun and interesting 5 times, but because this episode opens with a sequence about a movie Lawrence of Arabia and Noel coming out of the desert. Because he has it mixed up, whether it's desserts or desserts. We'll look it up here. I just started playing it. Let's see. There's something about a camel, a trailer, but Sandy and Paul, Sandy's like, no, it's desserts, not desert. It's not desert week. Yeah, he's doing it's like a sepia-toned stroll. His hands are behind his back. I've never seen Lawrence of Arabia, so I'm not positive that's what it's from. But I think that's what they alluded to. His head's back. Very dramatic. Oh, now we got a close-up of wheat berries. I think those are wheat berries. And they say, Sandy, you're going to love me. I've nailed the theme this week. Lawrence of Arabia, the great Arabian deserts. But Sandy says it's actually dessert week, not desert week. Oh, my costume's ruined. Well, we'll do a nativity play. Welcome to the Great British Baking Show. So these sequences they had to do after for the U.S. version only. There was a stuffed camel. And Sandy this week has the bullhorn that Paul had last week for the open, maybe? Or have they always done those sequences? Did they do them twice for the Great British Bake Off and the Great British Baking Show? These are answers to questions I don't have answers to. So we just had the opening teaser section, stress and gin. Then we see a bird. And Priya's glad for week 6. Michael's a little bit, it says it's weird, kind of like going off one by one, kind of like an Agatha Christie. David is not a dessert person, and neither is Rosie. I don't make desserty things. No. Well, hello, bakers. Back to dessert week. Signature challenge, layered meringue cake. Cake with meringue layers. Let's not get too technical here. Large cake you share with friends. Minimum of 3 layers. Sandwich with filling. 2 hours and 45 minutes. On your mark, get set, bake. I forgot to research Noel's shirt, but it's very... kind of like a 60s style art. But I don't know what I'm talking about, but 420 style art. Okay, so everybody's starting to make their mixes. Paul's talking about a nice definition, peaks, shape of your meringue. Wow, I want to eat that when you see it. Could be simple, but you better be about the flavor, Prue says, but keep it simple, but make it good, but don't overcomplicate it. So we got David up first. David is doing a mixed spice meringue, each layer, different spice, 1 clove, 1 star anise, and 1 cinnamon. And Paul's like, do those go together? And David's like, what? I think they do. Somebody else says, why would you even ask that? There's figs, there's berries, vanilla creme. Have any of your friends had it, David? No, just practiced on myself, but I like these flavors. Noel says he's shooting for the moon, man. I admire the bravery. Henry's worried about the meringue. He's doing a coastal town in France full of lovely patisseries. Pistachio chocolate meal version. A towering meringue cake, 4 layers, chocolate creme patissier, raspberry jam, and pistachio meringue. And Henry goes, yeah, you got to lunge between the benches now because there's so few people. 2 lunges and you get to the final. You're going to measure by lunge, Henry, huh? Henry's very quirky. I like him. I like all these contestants. People are baking nuts. Most people are flavoring the meringue with nuts. Life in a nutshell. Michael's making a lot of different nut-related puns. Rosie's up next. Salted caramel French meringue. Raspberry and lime curd. So no nuts in hers. Chocolate ganache. Fruit and chocolate. Tartness of the curd. Layers of lime and raspberry. Salted caramel. And chocolate ganache. And how confident are you feeling? Well, last week I took a hit to my confidence, and you thought you were going home. I was certain. I didn't think there was any way I wasn't, but I want to prove my place here. Good luck, Rosie. Thank you very much. Alice is shaving chocolate and saying it's like going to the gym. She's also going nut-free. Black Forest Gatto. Nut-free. True Black Forest. Black Forest homage. Chocolate meringue, chocolate mousse, cherry compote. And she's using sweet cherries. They got some zing. Okay, well, that should work. Should work beautifully. Well, good luck, Alice. Good luck. Steph's up. Timeless classic meringue treatment is Eton Elegance, Eton Mess, which I looked up at one point what a Eton Mess was. I already forgot, but pistachios, raspberries, white chocolate are the main flavors. Pistachio-rich meringue is an Eton Mess upgrade filled with raspberries, white chocolate, cream cheese, pistachio spikes. And Noah gives her a hard time twice in a row. Star Baker, please don't. It's like impending doom. And he says, I could relate. I got hired. It's like, I don't blame you for these feelings. Priya's getting ready to pipe some stuff. So is David. Piping meringue. So this is a piping meringue sequence. Some people are doing circles or discs, as they say. Henry's doing a rectangle. They're going in an hour. You got to cook at low temperature, 130. Drying it out over time, David says. Marshmallowy, but chew, I don't know. And then you start to work on your fillings. All important fillings. Chocolate orange at the bottom of stockings. That's what Michael's is based on. So it's dark chocolate meringue cake, orange creme bear, hazelnut spikes, dark chocolate and orange ganache on the outside. There's booze in the ganache as well, a little orange liqueur. Prue's going to love it, Noel says. And they say good luck. Priya's reaching for the bottle this time. Amaretto creme pat. She doesn't drink, but her husband's favorite drink is, husband Sean's tipple of choice is, whatever I said, with a blueberry creme bear. Paul says, you're usually spot on with your flavors, but your timing is what needs help. She says, I know. So I'm going to buy you a watch. She goes, I got a watch in my drawer here. 1 hour left. Steph is feeling sick because everybody's checking their baking progress. Massive meringues, bulbous, or Henry's. And then you got to let your oven cool down. Can't leave the meringues in there. You don't want them to crack. Henry's getting ready to do some whatever that's called, with the melting of chocolate. People are working on their designs, a lot of shaking and trembling. A blowtorch circles of chocolate. Tempering the chocolate. Not sure if it's working. Michael says, chocolate with a temper. Even tempered, dark chocolate, or is it furious? There you go. Baking show. And Rosie says, what is going on? My ganache is grainy. Not awful, but grainy. Not what I want. 30 minutes left. I don't know. I'll have to make it again. Rosie's going to make hers again. People are trying to take the meringues out. Henry takes his over, flips over, gets on his knees in order to get his in the right place. Also, he's wearing one of Helena's pins, I believe, that she must have given him. and putting cherries on the gâteau. Henry says his is looking voluptuous, his meringue. Blue food is weird, Priya says. Hers is an interesting color. And then they're trying to put them together. Baked meringue is incredibly fragile. Got to be delicate. Stacking it, oh dear. And then weighing it down with filling. You don't want it to break. And so people are getting like, Henry says, if this works, I may strip. And it fits, actual miracle. 10 minutes left. We get a close-up of Noel and Sandy. They go in for a better close-up. And, may not get this done. Decorating raspberry and lime curd last minute. Wee bit messy. Aren't we all a little messy sometimes? But it's coming together. Remade the ganache, but didn't cover it on all the sides. Made space between the layers. Chocolate and orange ganache. And 1 minute, or is it 3 hours, Noel says. Everybody's trying to put the finishing touches, shaking hands, assembly, Priya's dancing, sprinkling of powdered sugar, and time is up. And everybody crosses their arms. Priya's like, I did something on time. Michael's like trying to scrape the chocolate off his jumper. Sandy's like, that was weird, Michael. Then we get these are the outside shots I was talking about last week. I'll pause it because it's really fun. Two people are running. It's a wide shot. Okay, we have everybody walking out. They must have like they have a lounge outside with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 tables, like coffee table size. This is outside rattan furniture. There's 5 chairs and 2 sofa love seats for them to chill at during breaks or whatever. And it's green grass, hills in the background. Beautiful. We also have Michael and Alice, I believe, are running with Joy, arm in arm. And then everybody else is walking, and actually it's like Steph has her hands behind her back. Michael and Henry have their hands behind their back. Then Priya and Rosie look like they have their hands at their side. I don't know if they're taking their jumpers off or if that's how they told them to walk. So that looks the best. Okay, now everybody's hands are loose except for Steph's, and then it cuts to flowers in the tent. Then we go back into the tent, and now it's time to face the judgment of Paul and Peru. And David's up first, spice meringue surprise. Prue thinks it looks lovely, and they cut it. Nice interior, Paul says. Okay, let's get the taste of this. Clove, star anise, and cinnamon if you get one bite. Prue likes it. She says, But spice, the clove is a bit dominant. It's not as delicious as it looks. Overwhelmed by spices, Paul says. It's beautiful meringue, though. Heartbreaking. And David laughs. They say, how could you do this to something so beautiful? Everybody's laughing. I goes, okay, I'll pay her back next time. But, it wasn't a disaster. Priya's up, family favorite. The color of the blueberry cream is horrible. Bruce says, holy cow. We don't eat a lot of mauve food, and this is a particularly nasty version of mauve. Paul just laughs, but he says, yeah, it's not appetizing looking. I didn't know we were evolutionarily designed not to eat mauve food, but too much amaretto. And Paul says the meringue's overbaked. So then we got Rosie, layers of lime and raspberry. Okay, we would have liked a more elaborate piping, they say. Looks wonky. Bruce said that. I'd like a peppermint meringue. I mean, not that, you're making stuff on mine. But a little bit of sharpness. Raspberry curds are nice, but the chocolate doesn't go with it, too thick. Alice is up next. Hers has a little bit of a basket handle. Kind of looks like a centerpiece. Very attractive, Bruce says. Paul says, you got the colors, purple, Yeah, if you're going to have cherry flavoring, your chocolate comes through, cherry does not. Should have used, Bruce says something about some other cherry. Should have used jarred cherry or something. Oh, Morello cherry, something with more punch. Thank you. David's up next. This is totally enrobed in chocolate. Looks neat, like your sticks. And too much chocolate, though. Oh, David says that too early. And they said, why'd you say something? Don't tell him. Okay, so they dig in. They're taking bites, mouthfuls. Meringue sweated on the inside and fruits. So liquid soaked in the meringue softened it up. Dominates the whole thing, Michael. But I have to say, I love the flavors. Prue says that. Orange and chocolate, what's better than that? And Sandy says, plus you got a ton of chocolate on you. Steph is next. Eton Mess. Very professional and neat. Lovely looking, original. Looks like a celebration cake. So they start to dig in. Oh, looks yummy. Gorgeous. Steph keeps her head down. Prue bites it. Prue's red frames match her vest. Flavor the nuts. Take some nuts out next time and lighten it up. It would have been nicer to eat. It tastes lovely. Looks lovely. Too many nuts. And she says, too many nuts to Michael. He laughs. Henry's towering meringue cake. Henry laughs before they even get there. But it's slightly messy, a little rugged. Maybe you could have switched around where he had layers. Maybe invert them. I don't know. Slight rise to the top. Sure. Design-wise, it's wanting. Okay, so they start getting stuff out, start eating it. Prue goes in for a mouthful. I like the nutty meringue. And Paul likes the texture, light. Jam is a savior. Everything flows with it. Jam, it's good. Did you buy the jam? No, I made it. Really? He goes, yeah, no, dude, I made the jam, Paul. And Henry's kind of outraged, I mean, in a friendly way. Oh, he goes, that went well, the talking heads. Yesterday, no. Today, good. And then Michael says, that did not go good. And Rosie says, I didn't agree with them. That didn't go together. Chocolate, raspberries, and cream, that goes together. We see a deer. And Noel says, after disappointing signature, this is going to be one of the most complex technical challenges ever. So welcome to your technical. Prue set this one up. It's all about detail and precise measurements. Oh, boy. So what are they going to do? They're going to skedaddle. Off you pop. They're going to laminate Paul's recipes. Okay, so Prue wants 6 identical, perfectly layered verrines. Verrine is the French word for, I don't know. It's a French word, though. Everybody laughs. Pushed into a fiddly glass, Noel says. And I say, yeah, a layered dessert in a glass. So verrines should consist of a layer of mango compote, creme coconut panna cotta, fresh raspberry jelly, topped with a coconut and lime streusel, and a short sable biscuit. 2.5 hours on your mark, get set, go. So now everybody's like, it's complex and simple at the same time. Great, terrific. Has anyone had a verrine? This is definitely Prue. Paul would make Angel Delight. Why verrines, Prue? They do. Well, it's got mango combo, it's got these layers. So tough. You got to make the biscuit. It's got to snap. How could this go wrong? Well, you got to chill everything between each layer, get the measurements right, so you get the layers right. And they're eating them. Like, don't eat too many because we got to finish all the ones the bakers make. Okay, so then you got to make sable dough for the thing. Sable means sand, maybe? Somebody says Alice, maybe? Cut a circle out of the center, then chill. If only we could chill. And David says, I probably have had this before, but it was after, dinner, like, got to put glucose in a pan. So they're trying to do some people are weighing, some people are measuring by eyes. Sandy says, Priya, how you doing? And Priya says, I guess Priya's a bit of a talker. She goes, yeah, it's like I'm in a house full of a couple of little kids. This is my chance to be out with other adults. I'm going to enjoy it. Then panna cotta's got to get made. So everybody's trying to mix that and cook it, chill it in a water bath. You know how many times I've been told to chill in a water bath? You don't want to melt the mango compote. They never told me that part. They just said, why don't you chill in a water bath? And I said, a water bath or a water breath? Did you just call me a water brat? Sandy and Noel are joking about making some sort of dessert. I don't even know what it is. People are baking their biscuits, trying to figure out 8 minutes. I don't know. And Noel also jokes around, pretends he's a lion, a Wizard of Oz with oven mitts on. Okay, perfectly even layers. People are doing math to figure it out. Michael, 20, like Alice, and Prue, or what's Steph, I'm sorry. Henry's doing it by eyeballs. And maybe I should have weighed this, but Priya's measuring by eyeballs. People are putting them in to chill. 3 minutes on the biscuits, raspberry jelly time. Don't want to mess that one up. A half hour left, though. So it goes like you go to the freezer, then you come back. You got to go carefully. And layer 3 goes on. Some people on there, David's is on what is that called? A measuring weigher. Priya's does panna cotta, does not seem to be set, so she has to go back in the fridge. What is a measuring weigher called? A scale. Thank you. Noel does some jokes behind a piece of an oven shelf. Streusel. Was there someone named Streusel in The Sound of Music? Michael says, oh no, it's Liesel. Streusel? Liesel. Streusel meet Liesel. My name is for Streusel, my Liesel. Liesel, my Streusel. Like that's what if you're best friends with, and somebody say it's not, the name's not, Liesel, Streusel, my Liesel, Streusel, my Lucel. I think a Lucel phone. That's not in Doctor Who, or not in Dr. Seuss either. Maybe it's in Doctor Who. All on the player Streusel phone. So everybody's assembling their things, their biscuits. The biscuits got to sit around on the top of cover the whole rim of the glass, like the top of the glass. There's all these decorative elements. This is not, I could never do this at all. Like people say, you probably could. No, I could never do this at all. Trust me. Then everybody has to carry them up carefully. It's time to judge. And Henry's got a red tie on. I don't know why that's a joke. Let me rewind that. Did you realize you wore a red tie with, he has a printed shirt. It's white with red print flowers on there. I didn't know that was a faux pas, but they're giving him a hard time. Or Noel is. Then we get outside shot. Prue and Paul come to judge the Verines. And they're looking at them. There's even got to be gold leaf on those. If they taste as good as they look, we'll be happy. So they start with Steph, I think. Tastes good. Oh, no, it's David. Then Steph. These layers are flatter. Biscuits overbaked, though. They taste okay. Okay, the Verine's delicious. I'm enjoying it. And then they go to Rosie. Uneven on the biscuits. Delicate. Lovely and thin, though. Jelly's not set. A little wavy. Then Michael, these look nice. Could be thicker. Mango's not set, but yeah, okay. Too much streusel. I think that's Priya. Jelly's runny, not set. Biscuits on Henry's aren't sitting nice, slightly thick. No straight lines. Alice, texture's good. Lines are good. Lines are excellent. Flavor's excellent. Streusel's good. Jelly's set quite nicely. Smooth. Okay, so let's see the rankings. Okay, we got the rankings coming up here. Worst to best, they say. And Paul and Prue do a little bit of looking. 7th place is Priya. Tasted delicious, but wasn't set. Too much streusel. Okay, she says, okay. 6th spot, Michael. Uneven lines. Rosie 5th. Henry 4th. Steph 3rd. 2nd spot is David. And it just came down to how neat the lines were. Everything else on yours was spot on, David. Which leaves us with number 1 is Alice. Everybody's clapping, happy for Alice. They looked great. Near as perfect as we got. So everybody's happy. She goes, that was good. I was surprised but happy. David says 4 times second in the technical, never be first. Michael's worried. I feel like dessert week isn't for me. Priya's saying, oh, man, pressure's on for tomorrow. Everybody goes out. Again, Steph keeps her hands behind her back. Henry has his hands in his apron. We see some lemons outside, some sheep. Walk into the tent. Some jackets on, some people not. Signature is disappointing. Technical, thrilling, brilliant. Always feel like Steph's around Star Baker level. Alice is doing good, Paul says. Has anyone worn it 3 times in a row? Yeah, this would be the 2nd time if she did. Michael and Priya really have to save themselves. And they say Priya's got to stay on time. And Noel said, yeah, that was my school report. Turns up late, never stops talking. All right, so everybody's trying to take deep breaths. See everybody, especially Priya and Michael. Okay, it's time for the showstopper. The Salvatore Bomba dessert. I'm changing that around, obviously. That one I'm saying on purpose. Molded into a semicircle shape, 1 baked element, 2 other dessert elements, ice cream bavois, Bombay. Spectacular on the outside as it is on the inside. We're saying Bombay. Bombay. Get on, Mark's get set bake. A lot of disasters, Henry said, practicing, or Michael, sorry. Alice says 1 element and it'll literally all fall apart. Bombay, it's really a round dessert, Bruce says. Luxury, Paul says. You can build it in a mold, but, when it's time to let it out, you'll have these different layers, different textures. But it's got to set at the same time. If one layer collapses, probability of all of them collapsing is high, according to Paul. Bruce says, I want a perfect slice of every single element. And Paul says, yeah, this is a tricky one. We get an outside shot. People are working, mixing. Michael is show-stopping Bomba. It is his birthday today, so I might go into the judging drunk. Say, happy birthday, Michael. He goes, oh, and he's just turned 26. Sandy's like, that's a great age. Tell us about your Bomba. Okay, Black Forest one, cherry jelly in the middle, chocolate and almond mousse, and chocolate and a cherry Italian meringue and coating. Too much chocolate yesterday. Sounds like a lot of chocolate. So it's going to be ornately decorated, creamy base layer, rich cherry cheesecake. And he used freeze-dried cherries, he said, because otherwise there'd be a lot of juice. So hopefully the freeze-dried ones will help with the flavor. Paul tastes it but doesn't say anything. He just reaches over without permission to taste it with his hands. And they say, okay. And Michael says he must be good at poker because I couldn't tell from his face what he thought. Then we go to another classic dessert that's going to be tiramisu. Pick me up in Italian, Alice says, because of the coffee. Alice drinks a lot of coffee between class. tiramisu bombe, Genoese sponge, espresso coffee, pistachio parfait, mascarpone rum mousse, spiced cream maybe even, or spiced rum. And she said, oh, yeah. Noel says, how come you're so relaxed? Maybe I had some of this rum. I don't know. A lot of pressure. Surprised some people, they say, well, what would you drink on a night out? Anything. I don't know if that's like a song or a joke. Yeah, that's what I would do. But, so some people are going to use a sponge lining to hold the layers in place, which I guess was like some sort of permission they gave to make it easier. So Noel wants to talk to Michael about his birthday. He's got one of those birthday noisemaker things. Also, Priya's hoping her sponge will help her hold her place in the competition. It's a fatless sponge, light and spongy, soaks up flavor well. Creme de cassis, blackcurrant liquor. It was using Chambrad initially, but smelled awful. Hers is a summer fruit bombe, dark chocolate mousse, a summer fruit bavois, and surrounded with meringue shards, hand-piped raspberry. They say, are you worried about time? That's why I chose mousses, because mousses set quicker. And I practiced, so I made a lot of these, a lot of them in the bin. Cannot happen today, Paul says. So people are like making their sponges, putting them in their molds, lining it with like a sponge and filling. And Sandy's like really taking a shine to Henry. So she's giving him a hard time. It's very cute. Steph's making her chocolate mousse. She's not lining hers with sponge. Hers is going to be just set, a mirror bombe, dark chocolate mousse, rich coffee bavois, amaretto soaked Jacon base, and a mirror glaze chocolate over the top. If it doesn't set, then say, like, will it be shiny or not if it's mirror glaze? Hopefully, but I got to put it in the fridge or it'll lose its shine. I say, okay. And she just smiles. So there's like silence. Foam sword fight with Sandy and Noel. Halfway through, Henry's like face to face with his bowl. And now's time's their enemy, right? People are putting their stuff, they got to keep chilling. Every minute your bomb's out of the, Bombay's out of the chiller, then you could collapse. Multiple bowls, coffee bavois, Steph's trying to get that to set. It could melt or not hold its form, or just be Henry or Michael says that could be a problem. Okay, then Henry's like doing his in layers with paper circles separating them. So he's going to freeze all the layers at once, but separately, then demolded. They say, that's very clever. He goes, yeah, I hope it works. His is a bonfire bomb. Cinnamon meringue. It sounds delicious. Bramley apple mousse, spiced honey mousse, cinnamon sponge, cinnamon chantilly cream. I don't need chantilly lace. Give me some cinnamon chantilly cream. David's like, what is Henry doing? And so to keep the layers from seeping into one another while. Then David goes, Henry's gone mad. Michael holds Henry's freezer door open for him. Set all his layers at once. David's taking a gamble, which is cool. I think David and Steph are cool because he's doing a sorbet that needs to be frozen, jelly and mousse that need to be chilled. So it is risky, but he likes risks. Sharp lemon and shiso leaf sorbet. White chocolate, raspberry mousse, raspberry and rose jelly. and this rose, Bulgarian rose water from his partner's sister, I think, or something romance is in the air for Rosie. It was parents' anniversary last month, so it's gonna be red on the outside and sunset colors. A ruby bombay, romantic sunset, honey cake, mango bavois, hibiscus mousse, caramelized salted white chocolate. 40 years at least, celebratory one, yeah. Hope it's not a puddle. We get an outside shot, 90 minutes remaining. And people, this is like a cute, cool sequence they left in. So then everybody's waiting for stuff to chill. So it's like a lads club. They're talking about the setting temperature gelatin. David, Henry, and Michael. Sandy goes, wow, I wish I cared. And with each additional layer, more stress increases, getting harder to set. Michael's got his jelly, but that's set. He gets it in there. Rosie's got some sort of thing she's flopping in that's yellow. Steph's got something in there. I don't know, and Mike, what is it? Paul and Prue are watching silently. Perfectly set layers on the outside. It's got to be decorated on the inside, but you got to be decorated on the outside. So people are starting to make their outsides. Maria's doing some meringues. Noel says that you and Time don't get along. Steph's doing nut brittle, but struggling. How long have we got? 1 hour. And no one's listening. So Sandy grabs a bullhorn, 1 hour. She goes through with the bullhorn. It's kind of funny because everybody's just laughing. So out of character, she even uses the sound effect thing, diddle-do or whatever. And now everybody's got to get their things out of their bowls. So they have to decide if they have enough time to decorate it, but if it hasn't been set. So this is like a stressful situation. And how long would you give yourself normally? And Noel says to Rosie, a couple of weeks. And Al says, I think I'll grade some papers and have a coffee. Michael and David play noughts and crosses. Sandy talks to Steph, cooking for the people you love, huh? Does that mean I love Paul? Well, it's challenging. Challenging family sometimes. David's stretching on a stool. 31 minutes. Everything's ready to go. Everybody's just waiting to get ready to pipe. Rosie thinks she could do it in 10 minutes. There's 30 minutes to go. Henry says, okay, I'm going to start building. Steph's like, okay, I'm going to try to get mine out. Henry points at the camera as he flips his moment of truth, all-in-one setting gamble. He's able to get out of the roll enough the cling wrap. So he's like, that was a miracle. Miracle 1. And not everybody's hoping for a miracle. So everybody's like really stressed. Will it turn out? Alice tries hers. Steph flips hers. Priya flips hers. Henry's trying to separate his layers now, which is a challenge because you can't find the cardboard at first. Priya gets ready to take hers off. Henry's looking for his cardboard. Alice is trying to get hers out stuck. It's frozen, very frozen, she says. Rosie's comes out. Priya's comes out. No problem. Done, finished. Alice is still stuck. Henry's separating his layers. He finds one piece of the honey mousse comes out. David's comes out, looks good. Alice is still stuck. She keeps trying slowly to work it out. Steph can't get hers out. She's stressed. Alice is tapping hers. Some of the cake is stuck. Henry's working his layers together successfully. David's got his assembled. Alice is still tapping her bowl and trying to stay calm. Then Michael's comes out. Thank God. He falls to the floor with joy. Alice is like, holy cow. Steph's trying to work at hers. Hers comes out. She didn't think it was going to happen. And Noel talks about it. She's going to win Star Baker in a row. Don't you worry about that to David. Noel saying, and Steph pretends to listen in. He goes, well, I hope Steph wins. I love Steph. So Steph walks away, kind of pleased. 15 minutes. Henry's trying to get his next layers out of his bowl. Alice is like, you got to be kidding me. So Henry, he had reassembled his in his bowl, and now he's going to see if it all sticks together. Steph's trying to get her mirror glaze. Alice is like, I don't know what to do. David's decorating his. Michael's decorating his. Then finally, no, Alice is still stuck. Henry gets his out. Okay. I think it's okay. And then Steph measures her chocolate. And Alice's finally comes out. And she's like, okay, it came out. It's okay. And so she's relieved. Rose, everybody's decorating with their cakes with meringue or whatever. Mirror glaze, blowtorching, sorbet, should be all solid. Yeah, so then we get an outside shot, 5 minutes left, dum-da-dum-dum. And Maria's trying to get her shards on without breaking them. Henry needs some help. David offers to help him. Turn the turntable as I pipe. And Steph gets hers in the freezer, wonders if it's going to mirror it. And yeah, everybody's decorating, piping. How long do we have? 60 seconds. Blow torching's going on. Stuff's coming in out of the freezer. Steph's comes out of the freezer. Prius comes out. Alice is putting cinnamon or something on hers. Time's up. Probably cocoa, actually, or yeah, like something for a coffee flavor. And so they have their bombas. They say, mine looks like a cabbage. Pour yourself a G&T, Michael, for your birthday. Then they're sitting outside, everybody saying happy birthday. He's blowing his thing. Henry, David, and Steph are kind of snuggling. It's cute. And judgment time. Okay, Steph, can you bring up your showstopper? You need a hand? Probably. She walks hers up slow. It is shining. It is like very domey. Mirror glaze works, Bruce says. Nice shine, like the chocolate, and stunning. Hope it tastes as good as it looks. Okay, chocolate mousse coffee Bavois. And it tasted, mirror glaze is thin. Holy cow. Chocolate mousse is what a chocolate mousse should be. Melts in your mouth. Bavois is lovely. I could eat it all. And Paul does not say anything for a while. He's just leaning. He starts to laugh. And he goes, this is one of the best things I've had to eat in a long time. Everybody claps because they're stunned. Steph starts to almost cry. Mousse is perfect. Coffee, mousse, so light. I've been doing this. It seems like you've just been doing this for years. So well done. And everybody's happy for Steph. Steph seems like Scoots-esque stressed from compliments. Rosie's next. They say, geez, it looks celebratory. I shouldn't have blowtorched it. You should have just got the little pop in red. But inside it's like another pop in pink and yellow. And they say, wow, it's colorful. Prue takes a bite. It's a little more food-like than mousse. It's interesting flavors, but I don't think the mango goes well. A little bit clumsy. Colors remind me of Noel, Paul says. Everybody laughs at that. David's up next. And it's quiet. Bruce says, it's really pretty, elegant, unusual. Paul says it's beautiful. They pull it out. It's got a lot of layers. Raspberry rose jelly, pistachio, lemon seashells. Lovely layers. Paul takes a bite. Never had shiso. Lemony flavor's fantastic. Bit of like a puckery. Very sharp. Right at the back of your tongue. The jelly's a little too rubbery. So that's the issue. And then Michael's up. They say, Bruce says, wow. Looks like something off the 1970s sweet trolley. Like the Queen Mum's hat, Bruce says. Let's see what it tastes like. So they put it down and say, wow, cheesecake's running. Didn't set. Maybe didn't have the mixture right. Brew takes a bite. Pauses. Does taste like a Black Forest Ghetto. It's got almond. It's got some punch. And done a great job with the flavors. The look is a little bit gaudy. But that's it. Could be worse, he says. He goes, I can go home happy now if I have to go home. Then Alice is next. There's like beautiful, very beautiful layers. It looks like a tiramisu cake should look like, or tiramisu Bombay. Deliberate unevenness of the steps is perfect. Hope the coffee is in there. And the tastes. Layer of mocha mousse, maca. Oh, yeah, they say maca mousse. Genoese sponge, pistachio almond parfait. The layers are held together. That's nice. Take a spoonful. Prue puts in her mouth. Beautiful. Coffee with the sponge. Lovely. Pistachio comes through. Whole thing's a triumph. Well done. Just like a tiramisu. So they say, Alice, you can breathe. You're safe. Then Priya's up. And Paul stares at it. It looks elegant, nicely laid out colors. And take a bite. And sponge is baked, still light, nice chocolate mousse. But it's the raspberry's not sweet in the chocolate, so it doesn't hold up against the chocolate. Yeah, it's tough. Thank you, Priya. So Priya kind of blows her mouth, the air out of her, like, when you blow the air out and make sure bangs move. Emery's next. They study his. This is simple, elegant. Looks like a bit like a snow house or something. Spiced honey, brambly apple mousse. They take some bites. Paul takes another bite. Bruce says, cake's a bit tough. Can't find the apple. All you get is cinnamon. Need something else in there, otherwise it's bland, stodgy, Bruce says. Kind of disappointing. Alex says, dude, you okay? Henry just sighs, puts his head down. And then we see some flowers, go to table talk. Okay, Prue, this was your element. I was in heaven. See the crew outside talking. The cast. Bruce says, this is a baking competition, but Rosie and Henry had dreadful cakes. Priya was in trouble. Rosie, Henry, now I got Priya, Michael, Rosie, Henry, all in trouble. And Steph set the bar high, but what are we going to do? Alice came in first. Okay. And David did good. His jelly was tough. Paul, Paul says, even I can make jelly. And then they all laugh at that. Go to the tents. We see everybody looking, gulping, staring, hands in their laps, trying to act cool. Not cool, but not stressed cool. So, Sandy gets to do Star Baker at least. So So she announces Steph again. So Steph tears up. Alice says, "You're so good, girl." And they're happy doing it for the fringes. And Noel says, but he has to announce the person going home, tougher and tougher. 7 people left, and now there'll be 6. So it's, oh boy, everybody's holding hands. Michael's nodding, but it's Priya. And she goes, oh. So they all give her big hugs. And Priya says, she's quiet for a second. She takes a moment to let it sink in. And she goes, "It's been a privilege, but I left work a year ago. I was kind of stuck, and I said I'm going to do the things I enjoy, and that meant start with the things you really enjoy. You can't go wrong." And Henry goes, "Wow, last hour." I was prepared to go home. I even knew what I was going to nick in the tent: apron, spoon, bowl, whisk. And Michael says, I was on the bottom, giving the bottom a cheeky wink. Steph says, I don't know if I can go on doing this. I thought Alice was going to win. So Alice is like, maybe Steph will realize how great she is. She calls her mom. Her mom says, H double hockey sticks again. She goes, Mom, you can't say that on TV. And they all laugh, and then the episode comes to a close. So another nice, sleepy episode of Great British Bake Off. Good night, everybody. All right, I want to thank everybody that became a patron recently. I want to thank Deborah, Susan, and David. Thank you, thanks, and good night. Amanda, Ellie, and Catherine. Thank you, thanks, and good night. Carrie, Jonathan, and Mary. Thank you, thanks, and good night. Seth, Joshua, and Haley. Thank you, thanks, and good night. Jason, Sarah, and Andrew. Thank you, thanks, and good night. Patrick, George, and Elizabeth. Thank you, thanks, and good night. And Liberty, Snob, and Reed. Thank you, thanks, and good night. Thanks for everybody who supports the show directly on Patreon or Apple Podcasts, or supports the sponsors. That's how we're able to come out free twice a week. And a free way to support the show, though, is just spread the word, let other people know about the podcast. It's actually a huge, huge help, just telling other people about the show and letting them know about podcasting in general. And we've been able to grow the archives because of sponsors, either like this one or because of whatever Scoots is asking for, people supporting it. Thanks so much. Hey, everybody, this is Scoots with a tuck you in message. And you may have been hearing or listening, or maybe haven't, like the past month, listing all the people that that shouldn't support the show, right? If you're new, you only listen once in a while. You can't afford to support the show. You don't want to. You don't need to support the show. But that led to a question that tons of people on Sleep With Me Plus have been answering, and that maybe I could answer for you. Should you support the show? And the easiest question, it may have a quick answer. Yes. Are you listening to me right now? Yes. Are you hearing me right now? Yes. And do you want to be a part of this thing that we're doing? Sleepy joy and delight in the deep, dark night? And if the answer is yes, right now in this moment, go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus and sign up to not just support the show, but to be a part of this, being here for all those other people and for you. Not only will you get access to stuff based on how super listeners listen to the show, people that listen all night, people that have been listening for years, people that have favorites. They only listen to certain styles of shows. Maybe they only want the stories, but they want them as soon as they come out. Maybe whatever you like, that's what we built Sleep With Me Plus in mind. Or you just want ad-free listens, or you listen all night long. But are you a person that Sleep With Me, you feel comfort with this show? You found this show and you're like, man, this is what I've been looking for. Is that a yes? I never found anything like this. Is that a yes? You helped me when nothing else worked. That's a yes. I like the idea of having a boar friend or a boar bud. That's a yes. You're there when I need you. I can count on this show. Is that a yes? Yes, I listen when I wake up in the middle of the night. Yes, I listen when I have trouble getting to sleep. Yes, I listen to more than one episode a night when I need to. Yes, I listen every night I need the show because I know I can count on it. Yes, I've been listening for years and years and years. Or yes, I just want, yes, I'd rather skip the music or have a preference beyond what a regular listener might have. Yes, I know how much thought, care, kindness, caring, hard work from Scooter and other people go into making the show so it can be here for me. Yes, I hear and in listening when you ask for support. Yes, I know the show needs my support. Yes, I'm in a position where I can support the show, but most importantly, yes, I want to support the show. I can and I want to. And maybe I want to because it's a yes, I'd miss the show if it was gone. Yes, I don't think I could replace this podcast. Yes, I count on it. Or maybe it's a yes, wow, this podcast, when I support it, I get to help thousands of other people who count on this show. Yes, me supporting this is rare in this world. Even being in a position to support the show is pretty rare. Yes, having a desire right now to take action to support something I care about is tough and rare. It's not easy. That's the one thing I've learned over the past this year is how tough it is to support the show. Not just financially, but there's something in everybody's way, and that's normal. So I'm looking for the people who have so many yeses, they outweigh those barriers, like to support the show right now. Yes, I know it will feel good when I support the show. Yes, I know I could cancel at any time. I'm not committed to anything either. Yes, I love the bore giggles. Yes, I love sleepy joy and delight in the deep dark night. Or yes, I just love the boredom, the consistency, the tone of the show. Yes, this podcast has changed my life. Yes, this podcast has changed my relationship with sleep. Yes, my life is better when this show is a part of it. But yes, right now I'm going to go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus and sign up to support the show. And yes, I'll set up the bonus content tomorrow. I won't do that because I'm already in bed. I'll just support the show now. But really, even if it's not your yes, I'm a part of this thing that's important to a lot of people. Yes, I'm a part of this thing that makes my life better and other people's lives better. And I want it to be here in this world. It is so different than a lot of things I see during the deep, dark day. Yes, I want to be a part of this thing, and I want to feel good about it. And you could do that at sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. But if you can't, you don't need to feel, you might feel things about it, right? Because we all do. But it's not a strategy. Yeah, it's really hard to support the show, even when you're in a position to. And yeah, not everybody's in a position to, or not everybody has those yeses. Not everybody wants to support the show. And maybe you're just a new listener, listen along with curiosity, or you're one of those people that listens to the show every once in a while when you're going through one of those seasons of life, one of those phases from life. You're a quote-unquote regular listener. You only listen for a little bit at a time. You really don't need to support the show. I guess you could, but you don't need to. We just need those people with all those yeses. And I guess to get one of those people where the yeses pile up in a way that they switch the balance. And it's like, right now, I'm going to go to sleepwithmepodcast.com/plus. And that they realize, that you realize on one side, it's pretty normal to not be in a place financially or just where you want to support the show or where it's even possible. There's so many obstacles in that way, and that's okay. But that is also a big yes when someone does that, because that is what keeps the podcast around. And that is a sign, hey, I don't want this show I want this show to be here. I can't replace it. So if any of those if you have enough yeses, please consider supporting the show. Thanks.